Happy Wednesday, everybody. It's Marcus Sullivan right here, Fox 26 News here in Houston. We do the Google Hangouts every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Central Time, and we have a good panel tonight. We got a good discussion about, have you ever wondered what it's like to be a woman in the entertainment industry, whether it's just business, whether it's sports, whether it's film, music, TV, radio. I got platforms. I got three dynamic women from multiple platforms to talk about what it's like to be a woman. Again, I'm Marcus Sullivan. You can find me on Twitter at Marcus E. Sullivan. And if you're on our Fox Facebook page or our Fox Twitter page, that would be me putting out the content on the news station website. On the panel tonight, three dynamic women. Where do I want to start? I got Kia. She's in Atlanta right now. Kia, introduce yourself. Tell everybody about you real quick.
Hi everybody, I'm Kia, or Live Love Kia on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And I am a radio host, a brand manager, and a digital content specialist based out of Atlanta.
All right. Next we have Miss Caitlin Simone, who's actually new to the Fox Google Hangouts. You want to introduce yourself? I'm sure a lot of people are like, wait, I know her.
Sure. My name is Caitlin Simone Smith. Born and raised in Houston, Texas, but I'm out here in LA right now. And some of you may know me from BET's The Game. I am Brit Brat on the show, and I also am starting to do some music. So.
Nice. Last but not least, I got a radio voice on.
Yeah.
Divine, go ahead and introduce yourself.
I am Divine Martino. I am a midday radio personality here in Columbus, Georgia on Foxy 105. You can stream me online 10 to 3 at foxy105fm.com. I am also a DJ, so make sure you check out my mix show. You can check me on Twitter and Facebook, both DJ Divine Martino on both of those, the fan pages as well. That way you can get all the good gossip and entertainment news. That's what I specialize in.
Very nice. Also, maybe joining us in the cast tonight, I have the women's basketball team, the Houston Inferno. I have the owner of the team and some of the players, so hopefully they'll make it into the cast. But question first, what is it like being a woman in the entertainment business? I want to know the positives. We want to hear the negatives. We want to hear some of the stereotypes. So let's just start with the negatives first. And I'll go to Divine. I'll come to you first. And tell us about one of the negative things about being your craft or what you do as a woman.
I think the first thing that I would say is just not being taken as seriously as the guys. And it's not just in radio. That's going to be in any industry. I don't care if you make bread for a living. It's just for some reason we don't get heard and we don't get taken as seriously as the guys do. It seems like it's just a man's playing field out there. So you got to do your job like 10 times better just to get a little bit of recognition, I think is the first thing.
Going over to the TV field, Caitlin, you're about to start doing music, but from the film side of it, talk about the difference and the negatives of being a woman, trying to get casted or being typecasted, or what's the negative?
I think a really big negative about being a woman in this industry is that guys, when they age, they tend to get almost more attractive.
That's true.
So more for them to do. Honestly, I mean, you see older men still out there doing gritty roles, still beating people up. I mean, it's believable. But as women get older, it's just not as believable for us to be the butt-kicking sexy woman or whatever you want to play. You have to be the grandma or the doctor or something. So that is definitely one negative. Other than that, typecasting also, if you are playing your first role at, like for me, for instance, I'm playing kind of a negative character on the show. I'm a brat on the show, and a lot of people will tend to start pulling me towards those roles more often. I noticed that since I played this character, people are like, oh, okay, we'll put her out for the mean girl, you know? And but I think that's everything. I don't think that's necessarily just women. Yeah. So
Kia, brand management, I'm sure you represent a lot of people. What's one of the negatives of being a woman in your industry when you're trying to go out and grab clients or represent people?
I think it goes back to kind of what Divine was saying about how you have to work 10 times harder. I think for me as an expert who's managed a number of brands internationally, nationally, secular, in the Christian community, I still find people who will acquire my services but still try to tell me to do my job because I'm a woman. And so you kind of have to stand your ground and assert your authority, because if they're hiring you as an expert, they should respect you as an expert, not an assistant.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Since you agree with that comment, Divine, I want to call the Brit Bat so bad. Kaylin said guys tend to get looked at in the industry as we get older as more attractive. You get more roles, you get more opportunities. You're on the radio.
Hmm.
Your career lives as long as your voice.
Yeah.
How do you stay relevant? How how
Well,
how how can I, being a guy from TV, not come in and take your spot?
radio does have an age too, whether people know it or not, because we have different genres that you can go into. Right now, I am on a hip hop and R&B station, so my demographic is anywhere from ages 18 to 34, then 25 to 54. Once I reach a certain age, I'm going to grow out of a certain type of music. I don't think that at 45 and 50 years old, I should still be introducing Future and Sierra, and you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure there's going to be a new school of new talent that I should be stepping aside and paving the way for. Not meaning I step out the business, but I might need to go over to the urban AC side of things. And the urban AC is basically like the stations that like your Steve Harvey is on, your more mature adult, R&B or whatnot. So I could still do radio probably until I pass out. I would just step into a different genre of it
Nice.
to make myself relevant.
All right, joining the conversation right now, the women's basketball team that represent Houston, the Houston Inferno. I have Serenity, who is the owner of the team. And Serenity, introduce who is this, a player that you have with you?
Yes, this is one of my players for the 2014 season, Kaya Pickens, with
Hi,
us.
how are you?
Hey, ladies.
Very nice.
Hi.
Y'all better win this year. You know what I mean? All right, so
A lot of pressure.
question as a female owner of a sports franchise. What would be one of the negatives in the industry that you work at that's surrounded by men owners in the sports industry?
Well, first of all, I don't think that men really take me seriously as an owner. I can give you an example. I'm looking for different venues to hold our games. I will take my husband with me because going in, nobody who runs the gym wants to talk to me because they don't think I know what I'm talking about. So I have him there. But once we're talking, I'm like, well, no, I am the owner of the team. This is what I'm looking for. This is what we're about. I think they just, knowing that sports is male dominated, they don't think that I have the wherewithal to know what it is that I'm doing. But what I have to explain to them is that, yes, this is basketball, but I'm actually running a business. And so as a business owner, this is how we need to conduct business.
Perfect. One thing that all of the ladies said tonight is being a woman, one of the main things is they don't get taken seriously. So all you women agree with that?
That's the first thing each one of us said, basically. It's
All right. Going to social media, this question is for Caitlin, straight from social media. Sean says, dating. I knew that question was going to come straight for you. How hard is it to find a guy that's not for you, that's not after you for the career and is actually after you? How do you decipher? How do you give a guy a chance? Dating.
I'm just gonna be totally honest. Right now is not necessarily a priority to be dating, because I have a lot of things to worry about. I'm a younger woman. I'm 18, doing college and all that stuff. So I don't know if getting into a relationship is the best thing. Not only that, but I do know whenever I got into what I was getting into, there's a whole different element of why guys are gonna want to talk to you. They have other intentions, and all of us women, we're all successful sitting here. So as soon as a guy sees a successful woman, there's different intentions in their head of why they want to talk to you. So yeah, it's just not my priority right now. It is hard. It's very difficult, though. It's very difficult.
Kia, is there an intimidation factor as far as
I
being?
think so.
Okay.
I think men are intimidated, and I think a portion of the men who are not intimidated will you actually meet the real them. So you have to really be discerning and kind of decipher a man's intentions and his motives. But all men are not like that, but we do encounter some.
We're all not like that, right? I got you. Serenity, as a team owner, I know you said that you are married. How do you decipher between being the owner of a team and a wife?
Mm.
You know, it's very difficult. I have to say, I'm a mother as well. I have 3 children,
Oh,
so
wow.
my plate is very full. But as I explained to my husband and my children, this is something that's important to me, and so because it's important to me, I'm going to make it work for everyone. So tonight, Wednesday nights, my girls practice, and so that's what we're doing right now. I have my children here. They were doing homework, so they're out there watching the girls play now that they are done with their homework. My husband is a flight attendant, so that adds another
Oh wow.
barrier to the whole situation because he's away a lot. But it takes family and a strong backbone to really make it work.
Very
Mm.
nice. And you better have dinner made when I get home off of my flight. That's probably what he's saying. Divine. Oh, the music business. Oh boy, the music business, Divine. How do you're a lady on the radio.
Yeah.
What about the artists that approach you? How do you decipher between the guys who's just trying to get the record play, the record exec who's trying to get his artist record play, and the guy who's genuinely interested in you?
First of all, is it her name Serenity? Is that her name?
Mhm.
Girl, you look great. 3 kids?
3 kids.
Right.
Those. You look gorgeous, darling. But Marcus, to answer that question, I try not to even go that route as far as the artists are concerned. I prefer it if I meet a guy that he kind of didn't know what I did first. I love it when I meet a stranger, an actual person that doesn't know what I do, and then I can, and then at first I say something stupid, like I make up something dumb that I do just to get the conversation going. Then later, I'll
Right?
tell them what I actually do, just to make sure that it was an interest in me genuinely, and not passes to the next concert that's coming up, because I'm not the chick for that.
Okay, my bounce back question to you. Oh my God, he is so fine. He's so fine, girl. Now you want him.
And he's an artist.
Yeah, he's an artist.
Okay, let's say that my little cat side came out. I would say that I probably wouldn't take him seriously. It probably would just be a fling. If so, that probably would just be the flesh talking in that case. And so I wouldn't take it too seriously. I mean, don't get us women twisted. I'm single, so I can do what I want. I just have a reputation that I really like to keep intact, because a lot of people know me. But in that particular case, he probably would just be a friend, a special friend.
You know what? You
She
said
said
your
a
you said your
special friend.
reputation. I know, right? She said, okay, your reputation being intact. We're gonna come back to that when we talk about stereotypes. But right now, I want to talk about the positives of being a woman. We talked about the negatives. What? And I'll speak on that first. As a guy, right?
Hmm.
I feel like I have to be sharp. I have to be on point. But I feel like a woman can come in and just look good and get the job. Yes, no? You guys agree?
I'm gonna be totally honest. I feel like it happens all the time, but it's not every situation.
I'm sure it's not. I'm sure it's not. Okay, so go ahead, Kaylin. Talk about the positives of being a woman in your field. Can you walk in the door and you got the job because, hey, look at you.
There are definitely times whenever, I mean, I've seen it. There have been times when it's kind of happened to me, but I try to stay away from opportunities like that. If somebody comes up to you and they're like, "Oh, you look great. Let me just take you from, oh, you look like the part." It doesn't usually work. That's too good to be true. They usually want something else if that's the case. But yeah, from experience, I meet girls all the time, and you wonder where they came from. They're gorgeous, but you wonder like what happened, like where'd you come from, and it's because they look beautiful, and that is a plus, I guess.
Kia, brand management. Back to your branding level. What's the positives of being a woman? Don't tell me you don't use what you got.
I mean, you never use your appearance to get places. I think it's a
Kia,
woman's first priority
Kia,
to look her best
Kia,
anyways. I mean, this
Kia.
is not about getting a job when I step out the door, I want to feel good about myself before I
Yeah.
try to impress anybody else. So, I mean, brand management, I think for me, starts with me. I'm in control of my own brand. And if I'm not comfortable with myself when I walk out of the door, then I can't be concerned with what people think when I encounter them. It
I
starts with you.
I
Great.
really appreciate that answer, but I'm gonna go to Serenity on that because I don't believe you.
What do you
Serenity.
mean?
Serenity. You ever put on the 6-inch heels to get this? I need to get this attention so I can get this deal done. Come on, let's be real. Divine, jump in. What you never? I'm just gonna do it up a little bit
let,
more so
let,
I can.
let me say this, and this probably will take us back over to the negative side for the females. But
Okay.
in my industry, which is very male dominated, your best bet is not to come into the interview with that push up bra on or the tightest jeans, because I'm going to tell you, I have dealt with sexual harassment in every single radio station job that I've worked at. Every single one of them.
Me too. I'm just
Every
kidding. Go
single
ahead.
one.
Okay.
And still dealing with it. And I see it's just a part of the industry. I
Hmm.
don't take these guys with a grain of salt. I never fell victim to it, and that's the one thing that I'm able to leave behind. I never just it's not my thing. But I've seen a lot of people that have done it, and it got them a level or two where they wanted to be. But I want to earn mine because of my talent.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Hold on. Serenity, do me a favor. Let your player scoot over to her left a little bit. I want to ask her a question. What's your name again?
Kaya.
Okay, you're a ball player.
Yes.
You're a ball player. What's the positives of being a ball player, female, in your industry? How does that work for you? Because I'll flip the script. Male basketball players, oh my God, we do a news story on them, on the baby mamas, the girlfriends, the groupies. How do you deal with it? I mean, do they come? And any of you ladies can jump in. What about the male groupie? I mean, like
Mm.
it's a known fact that, and I hate to say it as the only dude on this thing, but that's what happens. Like you get the groupies come out and just be like, man, look at me, I can get her, and her as the ball player. Go for it.
Well, um, the positives in playing ball is that men underestimate you, and then when you play them, they see that it's not a game. Um,
Girl, please, I'll dunk on you. I'll dunk on you, girl. But go ahead.
so, and then the second answer to your question is about the groupies. I didn't really hear the other part. Like, you're asking if we have male groupies?
Yeah, don't do they exist?
Yes.
Okay, kid, thank you. They exist. Kayla, do they exist?
Oh yeah. Well, I started the show The Game when I was in high school, and so like with prom and all that stuff, it was like, yeah, who wants to take this girl to prom? Groupies all my life now.
Divine.
Yes.
What age do they start grouping you on the radio? Because I've been on the radio before, so I know the answer. But what's the age that they start the males?
These kids do not care if they got access to that phone. They are on it. I sometimes wonder where their parents are. They don't care. It keeps getting younger and younger. The good thing is that I'm on during the midday when most kids are at school, so I get at least the mature groupies. At least the mature groupies.
At least, hey, you know what? I am a mature group. I tune into you every time.
Oh my
I'm,
gosh.
I don't care. And Kia, I need you to brand manage me. And Kaylin, I'm on the game. I'm watching. Serenity, I'm at the game. No, okay. No, all right. So you talked about, Divine, you talked about reputation earlier, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about one of the heavy words in stereotypes. How hard is it to be stereotyped as, how do I want to say it?
The B word?
Yeah.
I don't care. That doesn't bother me at all, because if you find me being, I'm outspoken, I'm a Libra, it's in my blood, I can't even help it.
Okay.
So if you find me being outspoken, if you find me standing up for mine, and especially in a male dominated industry, that makes me the B word, then so be it, because
All
I
right.
really could care less. I don't care.
All right, Kia, do you feel like you almost have to be that when you walk into a room and when you're trying to get a client? You can't be the um, sensitive female. You have to be that strong. Like, do you feel like you have to be that?
I have had to acquire my mean girl because I am a Southern belle through and through, deep accent, love everybody, a hugger, not a handshaker. But I have learned that I have to put on my big girl voice and my big girl pants when I go into rooms now, because people do assume that they can walk all over you. So I agree with Divine.
Serenity, have you lost deals on trying not to be being a sensitive woman instead of the B word? Have you lost deals? How does that work for you in business? And I mean, because if you own an organization, I'm sure it's more about ticket sales, advertising, merchandising. Do you have to be that B word, or what happens if you go in and you're the soft spoken Serenity?
I have learned in this past year that I do have to stand up for myself, though, because a lot of people do try to take advantage of you. And I'm learning. This is a learning process for me. Being one of the only female owners in this league already, I feel like I'm at a disadvantage because I am quiet. I was that person who was really laid back. I like to listen, gather my thoughts and then speak. I never like to speak first. I want to know what it is that we're talking about so I have all the information. But in a league as the one that we're in, I know now that I have to speak up first and let them know, hey, this is going to work for me or this is not going to work for me. This is what our sales are going to be. Even with my players, there is a certain personality that you have to have. And I'm learning now that from the jump, I have to let these ladies know that this is a business first. You were talking about reputation. I have 2 girls. I have 2 daughters as well. And I'm raising them, and I'm doing the same thing with my players. I'm letting them know, hey, your reputation is all that you have. So when you go out, number one, you're representing yourself. You're representing my team, which is a team that I'm trying to brand, to build. And so you have to have a certain personality. You have to be strong. And I feel like I am that. I make it known that it is business first. Anyone I'm speaking with, whether I'm trying to find a venue, hosting a party, because people will try to take advantage, and it's unfortunate, but it happens.
All right, so last topic, and then we'll go in our rapid round table is social media and being a woman on social media. All right, I'll go to you first, Kaylin. Being on social media, what's your number one social media platform?
I don't, between Twitter and Instagram, I really don't know which one's more. I guess I'm gonna say Twitter is what I'm on the most. But you want to know negatives about it or positive?
I'm still on the guys and the groupies. You can go. Okay, give me the negatives of even being on there.
Well, the groupie stuff that happens all the time on social media. Like I'm sure y'all get harassed on there. There's inappropriate pictures and there's all kinds of stuff. And
Who's that laughing? Who's that laughing? Just because I sent you one, huh?
Oh, but so that happens on all the social media. I don't know. I think it's a great platform though, just because I can talk to the people that are supporting me at the same time. So it's good and bad.
Divine, your social media. What's your social media of choice, and what is one of the positives of being a woman on it? Like, wait, I guess I should ask you first. What's your social media of choice?
My Facebook is popping. My Facebook is popping.
I'll tell you, Fox Facebook people, you guys need to go to her Facebook page. Like, I get my news from her. Like, I get my news from her.
The Facebook is on point. And it corresponds with what I do because I label my show the Divine Martino Interactive Show. So when people aren't able to actually pick up a phone and call me, I post most of everything I talk about in my entertainment news on my Facebook page. So you're able to actually see a visual with the audio, and that's how I'm able to read back a lot of comments from the different people. So everything is up there. I think my Facebook page is even more colorful than my show because it's so much content. It's so much more content I can get in there. So it's very necessary for me.
Kia,
I'm more of a tweeter.
How do you use your Twitter for your company? I mean, like, if you're doing brand management, you can't be, or can you be more like a Caitlin and show the picture of you at home with the family around the pool?
It depends. Most of my clients are, mega churches and pastors. So there's certain things that I can and cannot do. I try to stay anonymous so that the audience of my client doesn't know who I am. But I have to keep things kind of in certain parameters. But I'm going to tweet when Scandal comes on. If I'm watching my Ratchet TV, I'm going to tweet about that too because I'm human. But I think that when we use it well and when I apply the advice that I give to my clients to myself, I see an instant increase in followers. But I'm really not on Twitter to build followers. I'm just there to have fun. The followers just kind of come.
Yeah.
So all y'all say, okay, or whatever. Serenity.
It's so much fun.
Yeah. Serenity. Your organization, I'm sure it's a basketball. I'm sure you got the basketball Twitter handle. What's your organization's social media of choice? I know you're on all of them, but I got a good question for you.
Our social media of choice is Instagram. Very visual.
I knew you was gonna say that because you guys are a bikini basketball league.
Wow! I didn't know that.
So
let me get my abs together.
I don't think that's true.
Wait. So you can't tell me some of your pictures are on purpose, right?
So listen, it's bikini basketball. That's the name of the league that we're in. However, what I want to stress is that what we're doing is we're promoting being athletic and feminine.
Okay.
Okay.
And the games are sold out. Trust me. They are sold out.
So we're in our tryouts.
Okay, so I'm gonna use a hashtag. Thirst traps. All right, rapid round table. Thirst trap. Okay, Kaylin, I saw that face. What is it? And give me an example of one.
Oh, wait. I don't know. Okay, a thirst trap from a person just randomly?
Yeah, go ahead. Or have you used one for, like, go ahead.
I mean, whenever we put up an attractive selfie, we're doing it because we want people to see that we think it looks good at the time. I guess that's considered a thirst trap. I don't know. You don't put up an ugly picture. You put up a good picture.
Ladies, anybody can jump in here. Do you deserve whatever? And I'll use myself because I know dudes are probably like, man, don't do that. Whatever I comment on your thirst trap, do you deserve it?
Whatever you comment?
Yeah, if you put the thirst trap on.
I think it depends on the personality and basically the brand you set. I don't get disrespectful comments on my posts. Right. But people do try to slide in your DMs and you just have to kind of push them back. But I think if you open yourself up and you allow the disrespect, it will come. But I've never received anything disrespectful on the IG post. Now watch you say something foolish tonight just to be funny.
I'm going to your Instagram as soon as we get on. Serenity, at the stadiums, how do you guys deal with the men with the league you guys in?
We honestly have not had very much slack from our male viewers, spectators. They've been very respectful. Number one, I think that they do want to see what the girls are wearing, and so that's obviously bringing them out, and that's completely fine to me. But when they get there, they're going to see that these ladies are amazing on the court. I have a roster of 18 phenomenal women who have all played Division I basketball, who are out of college, so they're in that between stage of college and WNBA. These girls have it going on. So I don't normally see negative stuff online for our girls.
That's great.
Devon, Facebook. Talk about the inboxes. Talk about the inboxes on your Facebook that you get from the guys. Like
I do get a lot of the inboxes on the Facebook thing, and then
I'll stop. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
The first thing we do when we get the inbox, before we even answer, we go check out the profile, right? So as you're scrolling down the profile, you see that he just got engaged 6 months ago, just had a newborn 3 weeks ago, and then you go back and say, really? Like, do I look like side chick material to you? Like, what are you thinking? Like, it's a little bit insultive after a while, you know?
Okay, so you can't be friends with the guy because he got somebody.
Not even funny. Like, you shouldn't even be trying to correspond with me, like, at all. And my girls are laughing because they know it's so true. Like, it's just not even funny.
I had guys as old as my dad that are married and have kids, and I'm like, I am a teenage girl. You are older than my dad. No.
But Kayla,
Why do you even have an
Kayla, you 18. You 18. You probably got more apps on your phone.
I literally have 3 apps. I use Facebook kind of, but usually I'm on Twitter and Instagram. Those are the only ones that I'm really on. I think that since it is kind of, I feel really just totally spoiled by saying this. It's a little bit to take care of whenever you have a bunch of people trying to hit you up on that. So I just try to keep it down to a bare minimum.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it can get overwhelming at times. So those are the ones that I have.
All right, here we go. It is time for the rapid roundtable. I'll ask each one of you one of the topics, positive, negative, stereotype, and I want you to speak on it. We'll start with Kia Gold. Positive, negative, or stereotype. Speak on one.
I think stereotype is that, we're mean, we're angry, we're so focus driven that we can't maintain healthy relationships. And I think that most women, do desire eventually healthy relationships, and that we're capable of doing it because we built our own brands in the industry.
So they are just stereotypes is what she's saying. Serenity, positive, negative, or stereotype. Speak on one.
I think in sports especially that women are not capable. They can't perform at the level that men can play at. I think that's a negative stereotype, which obviously is false. They may not be able to dunk a basketball at the 8-foot goal, but I believe that you lower it a little bit, my 6'2" players can handle it.
Mm-hmm.
Divine, positive, negative, stereotype.
I would say agreeing with Kia as far as the stereotype in the media industry. We are very capable. We're extremely creative. We are the ones bringing most of the ideas to the roundtables. And we just want to be respected like our male counterparts without the cojones.
Please be clear, without.
Please be clear.
All right, Kaylin, go for it. Positive or negative or stereotype. Speak on one.
I guess I have to agree with the whole B word stereotype. As a young female coming out to LA for the first time, a lot of people want to take advantage of you and your new meat. So it's like, okay, let's just see how far we can go with her. And sometimes you have to stand your ground and let them know I don't think it's mean what I'm saying, but I'm letting you know what I'm okay with and what I'm not okay with. And there's nothing wrong with that. So if they think that I'm a B, I guess I'm just going to have to go with that. I don't know.
All right, my final comment on it. This whole topic, women in entertainment, it's a touchy one for a lot of guys. Like, there are the stereotypes. And I look at more. I actually look at it's more negatives for you women to be in this industry because, like, entertainment, y'all know, it's not for the weak. It's not for the timid. It's not, it's not for the quiet. And it's a lot of sharks out there. And there are men that are weak that get taken advantage of and chewed up in this industry. So I feel like it's harder for you women. I don't want to say you women because I'm gonna get hate mail, but you women to kind of play ball in this industry. And then I also feel like on the plus side, I feel like you got something that all men want, or that I can't walk into a meeting and close a deal with because I don't have that. So that's my take on it. I also feel like I think we were talking about intimidation. A lot of guys are definitely intimidated and don't know how to approach, and that's how come you'll get the DMs and and I should do a topic on how should you approach a woman, a businesswoman, or a woman that's in the industry. So I'll end it with that. Let's go with Serenity first. What do you got going on? What's going on with the team? Talk about it real quick.
Our season is starting up June 21st here in Houston. We're playing the Miami Spice, so please stay connected to us. We're running a fundraiser right now at booster.com/Houston Inferno. We're trying to raise money for our travel expenses and new uniforms. We have 4 teams in the league right now. Miami Spice, the Illinois Heart, and the Atlanta Storm, and then yours truly, the Houston Inferno. So please help us get started on that. We're trying to expand.
All right, after it's over, go ahead, make sure you tweet out how they can get to it. I got a question. Y'all gonna be naked? Never mind. I'm playing. I'm just playing. I told you about this industry. Divine, what you got going on?
You can definitely catch me 10 to 3 on a daily basis. Foxy 105. You can check me out, foxy105fm.com. Definitely check out my Facebook and Twitter pages because I have a lot popping off. Not just entertainment news and gossip. It's just everyday community events, and also, just hot topics, period. So you need it, I got it.
Definitely. I second that. Go to her Facebook page. I was dead serious about it. I steal a lot of my stories from her, and hey, don't come charging me up about it. Kia, Atlanta, what's going on in Atlanta?
A lot of things are going on, but you can catch me Mondays at 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. on the radio on ablradio.com. You can follow me on Twitter at LiveLoveKia. That's LiveLoveKia. It's the same on Instagram, the same on Facebook, and the same on YouTube.
I'm about to be all over that Instagram, y'all.
You know what, Marcus? I'm about to block you before you get there.
Britt Brett, I just wanted to call you that to see if you was going to get mad. Britt Brett, Caitlin, what you got going on? Y'all got another season with the game? Give us a scoop.
Yeah, we just we announced, I think it's 3 weeks now, that we have another season coming back, so I'm really excited about that. As a lot of people know, my real mom on the show, Brittany Daniels, is back, so there's going to be a lot of juicy stuff going on next season. I cannot wait for y'all to see that. And besides that, my music.
Your music, yeah, we want to hear about it. What's going on with your music career?
My single, it was On the Game. It's out now. You can check it out. If you go to my website, Caitlin Simone World, or Twitter, Instagram, anywhere, you can find out how to get it. And other than that, my EP will be out in the summer.
And Divine, can we get a spin on that?
I say, Caitlin, first of all, the season finale was bananas. We tweeted all night about that, talked about it in entertainment news, and you got to get me some of the music, please.
For sure, yeah. Awesome.
All right, we'll make sure that. See, I connected to our women. Now y'all owe me. You know how men always be like, you owe me. Y'all owe me. No, I'm just kidding.
We love you, Marcus.
All right,
we appreciate you.
That's the Fox 26 Google Hangout for tonight. Join us each and every Wednesday, 8 p.m. to 8:30. We have real lifestyle topics. Matter of fact, tweet me at Marcus E. Sullivan. What do you want to talk about? What do you want the next topic to be, and who you want on it? And I'll see if I can make that happen. Until then, next week, take care. Ladies, don't hang up. We'll talk.